with these Vaishnava Acharyas.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. If you still have time, Prabhuji, a few more questions.
Prabhu, I have time. I don't know what is protocol at your end. So
Hari
till the
Bol.
time Ramananda
You can
connects
take
to...
another 10 minutes. You can do Q&A if that suits you.
Sure, Prabhuji, sure, no problem. I'm
10
there.
more minutes.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, the next question is that as we know that there are 4 authentic sampradayas mentioned. So, if somebody follows any of those 4, is that okay?
Perfect. Not okay. It's perfect. If anybody follows any sampradaya, which is this 4 bona fide sampradaya, it is perfectly all right.
So does that mean that even if somebody, because obviously in other sampradayas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji is not mentioned. So if somebody will not follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji, will not read Chaitanya Charitamrita, that's still okay, that's still perfect.
No, Prabhu, I actually know few sampradaya devotees, because by whatever Krishna's grace or blessing, I know few devotees who are actually from different sampradaya, and they do read Chaitanya Charitamrita a lot. Okay, I have known many devotees, who actually read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. So indeed, we should understand that our Vaishnava philosophy is such broad way, is such a broad concept that we are not, obviously, because of whatever reason, like there are some people who are born in South India, particularly in Sri Rangam, or say in Tirupati, province, or some devotees who are born in Nathdwara, or some devotees who are born in, say, Vrindavan. Okay, so traditionally they might be following, a particular sampradaya, and they will be in some sampradaya. Like for example, somebody is in Sri Sampradaya. Okay, so it is perfectly all right for them to follow, Sri Sampradaya, and they can go back home, back to Godhead also. And we don't go and propagate that we are the best. That's not our mood. Our mood is basically Gopi Bhartur Pad Kamale or Das Das Dasanu Das. But obviously, as in the chronology, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came at a later stage, it's very nice to accept the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And one who will accept the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will definitely get the shelter of Sri Radha Krishna. Okay, that's no doubt about it actually. But we don't propagate in the sense that we don't try to say this, that we are the best, or this is the best, or you are not the best. No, everything basically, that's the broad understanding of Vaishnava Sampradaya, that because Padma Puran says this, Prabhupada has also said this, that these are 4 bona fide sampradaya, and anybody who performs devotional service bhakti in this bona fide parampara is bona fide, and he will attend the bona fide shelter of the Lord. But if you want to really accept the Yuga Dharma which is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, please come to the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna nahi anya. Like I will give an example, that in Bhagavad Gita, okay, Krishna first speak about Sankhya Yoga, then he speaks about Karma Yoga, then he speaks about Dhyan Yoga, Gyan Yoga, and ultimately he speaks about Bhakti Yoga. Okay, so ultimately Bhakti Yoga is the best. Okay, and he concludes there. So the later portion, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and propagated this holy name, which is obviously given in Kali Santana Upanishad, that Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Shodasham Namnam Kali Kalmash Nasnam Nahataro Parataro Upaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. So this is perfect, So somebody should come and accept, this verdict of Kali Santana Upanishad, and as Brahman Aradya Puran says, Harir Nam Eva Kevalam Kalau Nastev Gatiranyata. But all these sampradayas are anyway taking, the name of Krishna, but in a different way. Like for example, in Sri Sampradaya, they chant Om Namo Narayanaya. In Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, they say Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, which is also perfectly all right. And we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So I understand the question asked by the devotee is that, yes, the mood of the devotees is that if somebody comes and accepts the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's the best. In the sense that why he should be refrained from not accepting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But as Vaishnavas, we actually perfectly understand that all are bona fide sampradaya. Anybody who does devotional service in this bona fide sampradaya is actually bona fide. But if somebody is more fortunate, then he will come at the shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's also a fact. I hope I have answered the question.
So, Prabhuji, just to conclude, I think I understood that out of 4, Gaudiya Vaishnav is the best, but we should not propagate that way to keep the Vaishnav etiquette. Is that okay? Is
Yes,
that what you are saying?
yes. That is perfect, because actually, like, for everybody, their parents are the best parent. So we have come in this sampradaya by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, and we should be, meaning, like, there is nothing which we can actually repay our gratitude to Srila Prabhupada. So yadi Prabhupada na hoi to tabe ki hoi to, yadi gaur na hoi to tabe ki hoi to, who would have tell us? So every sampradaya has a mood. Like, for example, Vallabhacharya sampradaya, they worship Krishna in Bal Gopal Swarup. Okay, Sri sampradaya people in Ramanujacharya, they worship Krishna in, awe and reverence, and we worship Krishna in the form of Shyam Sundar Krishna, Aradhya Bhagwan Vraje Tanaya. So it's mood of the devotees. So, so ultimately, if somebody wants to take the shelter of Radha Krishna, then obviously he has to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you want to take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you have to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. If you want to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, you have to take shelter of Vaishnavas and the Guru, and ultimately Srila Prabhupada, because Nityananda Prabhu delivered one Jagai Madhai, and Srila Prabhupada is delivering, like, millions of Jagai and Madhai. And we are all, so we should be grateful because of Srila Prabhupada's connection. We have got this connection to Gaudiya, Sampradaya, and we are very grateful for that.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Prabhu, just with your permission, I would like to add one more statement to this to have more clarity,
Yes, Prabhuji,
understanding for us. Is as Prabhu, you rightly said that all the sampradayas are bona fide and take us back to spiritual world. Since we heard that in Golok Vrindavan, the different rasas exists in Golok Vrindavan, and anyone who is following that particular sampradaya is going back to the spiritual world and engaged in the devotional service of the Lord in that particular mood. So as just now you mentioned that followers of Pushti Sampradaya, so they worship Lord as Bal Gopal, in Bal Gopal form. So there is a Vatsalya Bhava, the lot of transcendental pastimes going on in Nitya Leela is going on in Golok Vrindavan, in the spiritual world. So those who serve Lord in that particular mood, they will continue to do an exchange of devotional service in that particular mode. As rightly you rightly said that those who want to worship Radha and Krishna, so they have a different place, a different abode where these leelas are going on eternally. So that's all the difference. It depends on the mood. Otherwise, all these are authorized, and it's not that those who are not following Chaitanya Prabhu will not go back to the spiritual world. Everybody is there, but with what mood they serve, definitely it differs.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. That's a wonderful point. Indeed, I would like to just mention, to devotees that, a devotee, as I said, a Vaishnava is automatically a Brahmana. So we should actually have this, broad-mindedness, because sometimes, there might be conflict even among, different sampradayas, thinking that who is best and who is not. No, we don't indulge into that. Our mood is actually servant of the servant of the servant. So therefore we should have this wonderful understanding. And actually we had an experience of this when we went on a South India yatra, particularly when we were in Sri Rangam. So His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj, His Holiness His Grace Shyam Sundar Prabhu, and many other devotees from ISKCON were there. So there came G.R. Swami, who is the the topmost head of Sri Sampradaya, and I will just repeat, just because it is important. I know the time is running, but he came there to bless all the devotees, and there were like thousands of devotees attending the yatra, and he actually spoke very high about Srila Prabhupada. And he started in this way. He said when Lord Ramchandra, he actually spoke in great detail about Lord Ramchandra, and he said that Ramchandra, when he was in the forest, there were few rishis who wanted to unite with him and get his association, and he said that I came as Maryada Purushottam, I cannot satisfy you. In my next incarnation I will come as Krishna, you all will come as gopis, and we will actually have association with each other. And he said that Krishna performed this Ras Leela, and he said that after that, those who could not enter into Ras Leela, because we know that many devotees, even including Lakshmi, couldn't enter Ras Leela, and there were no males who were actually allowed in Ras Leela. So it was very restricted association, and there were many who actually were left out. So he said that those who were left out, Krishna again gave them chance to enter into his pastime in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and inaugurated this, the holy name, Chautike sab lok bole Hari Hari, prema vaise madhya nritya kare gaur Hari, ke ho nache ke ho gaye Sri Krishna Gopal, premete bhashila sab stri vruddha abal. So whether there is anybody actually, patra na dekhi sthan, he actually gave entry to everybody in this Harinam Sankirtan. So those who were left out, from Ram Leela to Krishna Leela, they actually all came in Gauranga Leela, and they all got joined there. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave chance. And mind you, this is spoken by G.R. Swami, and this was live telecasted on their national television, meaning state television in Sri Rangam. And G.R. Swami said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu propagated this holy name, and then he said that taking the tradition of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he actually spoke about their tradition also. He said, we are great worshipper of Krishna, Sri Vaishnavas, and our obviously standard of worship is so high, but it is only restricted to our sampradaya and our people in Sri Rangam and some other parts of India. But your Swami Srila Prabhupada, whom we can see here and have darshan, he said that this Srila Prabhupada, traveled across the globe, took this Sankirtan movement along with him and propagated to the whole world. Okay, so Prabhupada is so merciful. So obviously, we saw that how he's glorifying Srila Prabhupada. So one sampradaya acharya is glorifying another sampradaya acharya, and then we obviously expressing the heartfelt gratitude. All the ISKCON leaders, His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, His Grace Shyam Sundar Prabhu, and many others, they spoke back about the wonderful sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, and the contribution of G.R. Swami and many other devotees. I remember Radhanath Swami Maharaj said that we are just like a small rabbit at your lotus feet. That there was actually somebody who was killing the rabbit, but when the rabbit took shelter of the lotus feet of the person, he actually forgave him. And he said that we have come here at the shelter of Sri Ranganath and Sri Ramanujacharya and G.R. Swami, and we are so blessed with this. So one sampradaya is glorifying another sampradaya. This should be our mood always. We should never propagate or say that we are the best, or all this kind of thing. Obviously we understand the principle, and anybody can understand with an open mind. If you see the chronology, you will find that Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very recent. He came here, he reconciled the philosophy of Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. He propagated the holy name which is mentioned in Brahma Naradiya Puran and Kali Santaran Upanishad, and this is the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga. Okay, thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Prabhuji, you put the foundation for the next question, which is that obviously there are many words like surrender, devotional service. Sometimes they are jargons. Different people understand them very differently. Now, somebody, let's say there are two senior devotees, as we coin the word. They have been doing the devotional services, they have been chanting, they have been listening from the same spiritual master for over 20 years, but still they cannot stand each other. How does that work out, Prabhuji? Why still the anarthas are there?
Prabhu, I am not very qualified to answer this question, but obviously we all know, we have been hearing so much about this, about anartha nivritti. It's very, very difficult, Prabhu, like to really come out of this anarthas. uh, and our most of our life actually goes on in anartha nivritti only, and then there are other stages. So atho shraddha tatha sadhu sang tatha anartha nivritti. So we obviously, with great sukruti, we get the association of devotees and we get the faith, adho shraddha tatha sadhu sang, and then we get the association of devotees, and then we actually in the platform of anartha nivritti. But if we are not above the anartha nivritti, then it will become very, very difficult for us to go forward. And why it happens, I will try to attempt to answer. Although see, when we join Krishna consciousness, first we should always have this aspiration in our mind very, very clear, and also in our heart, that for what purpose I joined Hare Krishna movement, for what purpose I joined ISKCON, for what purpose I came to bhakti. Okay, so when we have come to bhakti, so we came to bhakti to get absorbed in bhakti, to get absorbed in loving devotional service to Krishna, to chant our rounds very, very nicely. So when a person comes very new, he is very much enthusiastic to do everything. He is enthusiastic to chant his rounds. He is enthusiastic to participate in kirtan. He is enthusiastic to hear all the class. Like whenever he is hearing the class, he is just jumping in the sky, saying, wow, what a wonderful point you have said, what a wonderful point you have said, well done, very nice. But as the time passes, we feel, oh, this point also I know, this point also I know, what new you are telling me. Sometimes we are searching kind of new things to do. And when we come to bhakti, initially what is our mood? Gopi bhartur kamalayor das 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 dasanu das. Then slowly, as the time passes, from das 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 dasanu das, we become dasanu das. Okay, and we say, okay, we are dasanu das, we are little senior now. And then when we get initiation, we get this name das. So Prabhupada said, what is most important in your name is this last part, das. Please try to understand that, nothing, because everybody was asking Prabhupada, what is the meaning of my name? What is the meaning of my name? And Prabhupada said, most important part in your name is das. Please try to understand that you are the servant of everybody else. So we understand, okay, we are das, we are initiated now, Guru Maharaj has given us mercy. And then as the time passes, everyone is calling us Prabhu. So sometimes we think, oh, we are Prabhu. And then, we become senior, we get some power, we get some position, some people fall at our feet, and, so many things. So then from Prabhu, we try to become Mahaprabhu. And one who will try to become Mahaprabhu will not tolerate him. Okay, and therefore this weed, which actually grows in our heart along with the creeper of Bhakti Lata Breach, it's very, very difficult, Prabhu. So therefore, we actually have this mood of separatism. So ultimately, we become actually covered impersonalist. That I also want to enjoy. I also become God. Why you are only God? I also want to become God. I want to enjoy. I want to do things. So therefore, our mood of this servant of the servant, and also cooperation. So as we know, Srila Prabhupada, the last word which he spoke to his devotees and the last instruction he gave to his devotee, he told that you will please me by how you cooperate. So this is very, very important. And cooperation, my teacher in our FY BCom, when I was in college, I remember she used to say that cooperation is the word existing only in dictionary. There is no real cooperation. So even materialistic person understand that it is very difficult to cooperate. But how can you cooperate? The next question obviously will arise. Somebody will ask that, okay, if two devotees are not able to gel with each other and all those things, how will you cooperate? So Param Puja Radhana Swami Maharaj, I heard in one of these class, he said that till the time you pass through the gateway, the tunnel of this verse, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari. Till the time you pass through this gateway of Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishnuna Amanina Manadena, not expecting respect for oneself, but giving respect to others, one cannot chant the holy name properly and one cannot cooperate. So this is very, very important principle. So why it's not happening? The answer is very clear, that we are not following our principles properly. We have not understood the Siddhant properly. We are not chanting our rounds nicely, and we are not serving the Vaishnavas and Guru in a proper way, in a humble mood of the servant, and therefore it is happening. So we know the problem, we know the solution also. Sometimes it is difficult to put this into practice. And that's what is basically required.
Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji, I completely agree with your thoughts. Prabhuji, one last question, because the time is running. The questions are many more, but one last question, and there are two aspects to it. Prabhuji, you are a chartered accountant. You understand the importance of numbers. I'm a chartered engineer. So I will ask you, I will put you on the spot. I will ask you a very direct question. I will request you to give me a number, any rough number. I will explain which number, but based on that, there is a question following it with what you have just explained. So the question on the number is, Prabhuji, there are 9 steps of devotional service, and you just mentioned Anarth Nivritti. Now, Prabhuji, you have been in Krishna consciousness, in ISKCON, in congregation for that long. Could you give a rough number? How many? A rough number, any rough number. You can say that I might be off 90% this way or 90% that way. But one number, Prabhuji, what do you think? How many percentage of devotees you think in Krishna consciousness in ISKCON are above Anarth Nivritti?
Prabhuji, I am highly unqualified to comment on this, and we should actually not even think like this. This is my personal view. I know I'm not giving you a direct answer, and but this is actually a fact, Prabhuji, that the time we start judging others for whatever reason, rather than looking at other, it is actually better to look at us. Like for example, when we are pointing the finger, there are like 3 fingers pointing back towards us. So there is no point actually, in looking that what others are doing, or other devotees are actually doing. The important is what am I doing? Like, ask not what America can do for you. Let me complete. Yes. This is important point, and therefore I will go little elaborate on this. That as he said that ask not what America can do for you, but ask what you can do for America. So ask not what ISKCON can do for you. Please ask what you can do for ISKCON. Ask not what devotees can actually do for you, but please ask what you can do for the devotees. So ask not what others are in what platform. Actually, for a Vaishnava, he sees all other devotees as pure Vaishnavas only. Obviously, it is very difficult, Prabhu, as I said, that practically it is very, very difficult to see anybody as pure devotee, because when we join initially, we see everyone as pure devotees of the Lord. But then the problem starts as the time passes. So we should be very, very careful. So as far as we are concerned, for us, we are the most fallen. And that's what Narottam Das Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur and all the great Vaishnava Acharyas have taught us by their bhajan also, that Mosam Patita Prabhu na pai bear. And when I saw that Bura jo dekhan main chala miliya bura na koi, jo man khoja apna mujhse bura na koi. So when I have looked at myself, there is no person who is actually more bad than me. Like Yudhishthir, we should not be like having Duryodhan mentality. When Dronacharya asked Duryodhan to please go and find out one good person, he said that I couldn't find anybody. And when he asked Yudhishthir Maharaj to please go and find a bad person, Yudhishthir Maharaj said that I couldn't find anybody, so more bad than me. So this is basically what Yudhishthir, what our scriptures are teaching us. So although I understand that you have asked a technical question and there is nothing wrong in your asking this question, but we are all on the path of devotional service. So when we are in the hospital, obviously eventually everyone will get cured. So, and we are seeing that, we see that I will now give particular examples to you. Obviously, we have seen the example of Srila Prabhupada. Then we have seen example of Jayanand Maharaj, Jayanand Prabhu. Then we have seen the example of His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. We have seen the body left by His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj, in what way he has left his body. We have seen, many other, great Vaishnavas who have left their body in, such a wonderful way. And from this, we understand that they have all gone back to Godhead, and they will eventually go. Indeed, Prabhupada once told all his disciples that you are pure devotees. And devotees started thinking that how come Prabhupada is telling us pure? We have so many anarthas. We are fighting with each other. We are doing so many wrong things, but why Prabhupada is saying? And Prabhupada is saying that you are, in making Vaishnava. So it's only time is separating. So all the devotees in ISKCON, to give you a number. So I will ask a number from you, that how many devotees are there in ISKCON? And my answer will be that whatever number you give, they are all pure devotees. Eventually they will all go back home, back to Godhead, and they are probably on the stir of Prem Bhav. They will all cross, but I am not even able to cross the third number of Anarth Nivritti and go up. But by the mercy and blessing of all the Vaishnavas, definitely we will actually overcome this, and we will someday achieve Ruchi, Nishtha, Bhav, Prem, and may go back home, back to Godhead, because Prabhupada has actually said this. And anybody who has come in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is but natural that he will go back home, back to Godhead. Anybody who has come in contact with the bhakti, he will eventually go. Neha bhikrama nasosti pratyavayo na vidyate salpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. And Lord Krishna has also spoken. He says that no, anybody who actually starts the bhakti, he will actually ultimately come to me. Kante pratijani hi name bhakta pranashyati. He says, you please declare boldly, O Arjuna, that my devotee will never perish. So any devotee, we are all in the hospital, we are all struggling. So there are two kinds of devotee. One is advancing devotee and one is struggling devotee. Now we have to analyze and understand that we fall in what category. So somebody might say, oh Prabhu, I am struggling. And His Holiness Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj, one time when he came here, he said, oh Prabhu, you are struggling for Maya or you are struggling for Krishna? Where are you struggling? So are you an advancing devotee or are you a struggling devotee? Where are you falling? We are all devotee, meaning we should not call ourselves a devotee. It's a very high order. We are all servant, das. But are we falling in which category? So this is how I think we have to understand. And rather than, meaning, obviously thinking about the numbers, we should and we must all know that all the numbers, it is 100%. Like somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why the death rate in India are increasing? And Prabhupada said, as far as death rate are concerned, it is same everywhere in the whole world, 100%. Because jatasya hi dhruva mrityu. One who has taken birth is going to die. So one who has come in bhakti will definitely achieve Krishna. There is no doubt about it. As of now, there might be some hiccups here and there, but why we should worry about that? We have short life. Let us focus on this principle and go ahead. I'm sorry, Prabhu, I know I have not given you a direct answer to your direct question, but I just wanted to give a perspective that how should we think, how should we behave? Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Maybe my bad, Prabhuji, because I did say that this last question has two aspects. So that was the first aspect. The second, the reason for that was that, Prabhuji, if, for example, if we join an institute, if we say this is a sampradaya and this is an institute, then we have to see the success rate. Now, if somebody will ask me to say, okay, chanting is the main thing. If somebody will say reading Srimad Bhagavatam is the main thing, then I would certainly look forward. I would see, okay, that devotee, or the way I said it, in percentage, 100% of the devotees I have seen around, if they have been doing the chanting for that long, if they have been doing the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita for that long, I would think, well, if this process hasn't worked for 99% of the people, then what are the chances this is going to work for me? Then I will, rightly as you explained, Prabhuji, until and unless I can say for myself, until and unless I would differentiate between these two, like 1% and 99%. If the process is working for 1%, certainly the process is evidently working. But maybe the practices we are following in the congregation might not be working because it's not working for majority. And whether you give it or not, Prabhuji, you agree that that's the case because we know. So we have to see for whom it's working, the names you have given. Now, what are they doing differently?
Prabhuji, I think, jump here in your question, and I would very humbly say that I actually don't really agree what you are saying. You are speaking about strike rate. You are speaking about the percentage. Now, let me tell you, out of all the Vaishnava Sampradayas, okay, we are not talking about Monism, Mayavad, and all those things. Out of all the Vaishnava Sampradaya, if you see, we have the highest strike rate, and I will substantiate with figures now, not just roughly, but I will tell you. Tell me who in all the sampradayas have actually devotees from all the nationalities of the world, all the caste, creed, color, nationalities. If you go to any continent in this world, you go to Russia, you see thousands and thousands of people have actually accepted Krishna consciousness who are not Indian body devotees. If you go to Europe, you see that thousands and thousands and millions of devotees have accepted Krishna consciousness who are not Indian, who are not Indian bodied people. Okay, you will see all the other sampradaya, 99% of their followers or the devotees are Indian. You agree? 99%, I would say safely.
Yes.
99%, but only in this Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, more particularly in ISKCON, you will see that this Krishna consciousness is being accepted by so many devotees around the world. So we have Africans, we have Europeans, we have Americans, we have, meaning devotees are there in so many around the globe who have accepted this Krishna consciousness. And that's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said, that Prithvi te ache jad nagaradi gram sarvatra prachar hoibe moro naam. It actually depends upon our perspective, how we see. Like one person came to Gaudiya Math and he saw that there were two devotees fighting and he was going out. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur caught him. He said, "Where are you going?" He said, "Actually, I came here to practice bhakti, to achieve Krishna Prem, but I see that two devotees are fighting." Then he said that you only saw these two devotees fighting. So rather than doing Dev Darshan, you actually, did this Dukha Darshan, that two devotees are fighting. But please understand that this institution is a hospital. And you have come to the hospital, and please see, there is a saying in Sanskrit which says, Phalam Parichiyate, that how many people come out of the hospital being cured. That actually, gives you the answer to the question, saying that, oh, wow, so many wonderful devotees. And, I have just quoted few names, but you can, if you read the diary of His Holiness Indradumna Swami Maharaj and many other Danvats.com, many devotees actually have left their bodies in such a way that they were non-devotees for a long time. But at the fag end of their life, they became devotee. Prabhupada came and accepted them and took them back home, back to Godhead. So many examples are there, Prabhu. If you read ISKCON news, you will come to know that there are hundreds and thousands of devotees who actually have gone back home, back to Godhead by following this principle. And can you please tell me, Prabhu, it is very difficult for even an Indian body devotee, okay, to shave his head, to wear different kind of clothes and follow the principles of Sanatan Dharma. But those who are born in different countries, Prabhu, who are actually meat eaters, and meaning they have never understood anything, those people have actually accepted Krishna consciousness. So one time when a magician came to Srila Prabhupada and he was showing different tricks and he was showing a magic, he asked Srila Prabhupada that, can you show me some magic? And Prabhupada turned to his European and American disciples and he said, this is my magic. I have converted hippies into happies. Tell me which sampradaya has converted hippies into happies? Who has converted any? So basically, it is actually mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is mercy of Srila Prabhupada that we have got all these things, and we should be happy and tell the whole world, saying that just see, the amount of revolution which we have created. And Prabhupada said, this is one. I alone, I have done this. If you all please combine, ekala ami nahi paibo, then we can create wonders in this world. And we should actually focus there. That yes, we can understand that no, the percentage is not 1 versus 99, but it is in other way around, that so many people have actually become devotees. Those who are like, you cannot even imagine, even Chinese have become devotees. There are so many Chinese people who are devotees, Americans who are devotees, Europeans who are devotees, Africans who are devotees, and many, many other nationalities who have actually become devotees. So this is the result of Srila Prabhupada's movement. So I think we should think in this way. And I'm sure because wherever there are, like in Hindi, there is a saying that wherever there are vessels together, it will make some sound. Vessel is going to, so obviously we are together. Sometimes we see in that perspective only. But we should understand that from a bigger perspective, if we fly up, all this Burj Khalifa like we have in Dubai, this Burj Khalifa and all these big, big buildings look so tall. But when you go up, then it looks so tiny, insignificant. It's not even visible. So all this problem which we see around in ISKCON or maybe in our congregation or whatever, or with us actually, these are all tiny. This may look like Burj Khalifa, big, big, but they are actually insignificant, tiny. And therefore, when this Brahmana was reading Gita in Srirangam temple, he could attract the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are talking about Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We should understand that when he was reading, he was reading wrong. He was not educated. So he says that अष्टादश अध्याय पढ़े आनंदित मने अशुद्ध पढ़े ना लोक करे उपहासे केहो निंदे केहो हसे ताहा नहीं माने आविष्ट होए गीता पढ़े आनंदित मने. And then what was happening when he got absorbed in reading Gita? So Gita itself is sufficient enough to give us ecstasy. He says, Pulak ashru sweda kampa yavata pathan dekhi prafulita hoila Mahaprabhu Raman. Mahaprabhu puchila tumi suno mahashay kono arth jani tume itta etto shukh hoy. So he could attract the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what he was doing, Ashuddha Pade, he was actually not even reading it properly. But he could attract Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mind. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approaches him, he says that, Mahaprabhu puchila tumi shuno mahashay, kono arth jani toma eta sukh hoy, vipra kahe murkha ami shabdartha na jani, shuddha shuddha Gita padi guru agya mani. He said, I'm just reading it, actually, I don't know anything. So this is very, very important for us to understand that where we come and where we look at, and we will see jahan jahan netra pade, tahan Krishna sphure.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. You explained it very, very, very nicely, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Appreciate we have taken a lot of your time, much more than what we have promised. And there is no doubt that what Srila Prabhupada did, that was unprecedented and unparalleled. And there's no words in which we can express our gratitude for Srila Prabhupada. He has always been a Siksha Guru. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. I will hand over back to Ramanand Kanai Prabhuji to close today's session. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranams.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderfully coordinating this question answer session.
Thank you. Thank you, Varunapati Prabhu, for nice coordination. Just to close the discussion, I would like to add one point, though I understand the time factor, but to have better closing, just I would like to add one statement further to what Prabhu has nicely explained, that the process, we have to understand the process has started. So this process which is started now, is after millions or billions of lifetimes. So we can't expect a miracle to happen overnight, and we try to see this miracle, whatever we are looking from others, to search for the miracle to happen within us first. So as Prabhu rightly said, one finger pointing others, three fingers pointing towards us. So whatever the 1%, 2% strike rate, let us analyze ourselves, where we are and where we have to go. So once everyone start analyzing, then the percentage, the strike rate will become 100%, and it is 100%. As Prabhu has also mentioned, it is 100%. Everyone is a pure devotee. It was only time factor. Since we are in this material world for billions of lifetimes, we don't know. So the process takes time, and wherever we see some devotees are falling down and all, it is not actually falling down. It is only a lesson. We have to understand that even at this stage also we can it can happen to us. So it is a warning for us that we have to be cautious, that we should not engage in any of Vaishnava Parada or any such things. So that's it, Prabhu. So just I wanted to add one statement to what further Prabhu has explained.
Thank you, Prabhu. The most important thing is, as Srila Prabhupada has said, that we should actually make garland of this verse and wear it around our
Exactly.
neck. Trinadapi sunichena
Yeah.
karoriva sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. If we can do that, then I think, you know, we will be able to really go ahead and you know, understand. But definitely, you know, even from a percentage side, I think what Wonder Srila Prabhupada has done, nobody else has done in this world.
Yes.
And I am really
True.
thankful to everyone. So Prabhu, I'm not sure, we have overshot the time, but if other devotees would like to just, you know, comment anything, or I don't know if time permits, maybe 2-3 minutes, we can hear if some devotee wants to say anything, or
No more questions, but only comments. Anybody has any point to say? Just a couple of minutes before we close the session. So we'll have a session with Prabhu one more time in the coming weeks or coming months. So definitely it is very nectarian. And Prabhu, Vadapad Prabhu actually representing many of us, asking on behalf of the members. So nothing from his personal also. He's just representing. Prabhu is doing a service. So any other comments, points others would like to
yeah,
add?
therefore, I would like to say, Prabhu, that if there is anything, you know, which you might feel harsh, or, you know, I'm just trying to.
No, Prabhu, it's perfect. Perfect. It
Thank
is
you, Prabhu.
perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, pranams, Prabhuji.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class, Prabhuji. Especially the question and answer session. I felt like I am hearing His Holiness Bhaktiras Amrita Maharaj class and His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for patiently answering all the questions. Thank you very, very much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Mataji, very happy to see you here and have your association. I know you have been very kind upon us for many years and helping the congregation, and so I would like to express my gratitude. And obviously, as I said, that whatever I have spoken is spoken from, you know, our gurus only. So it is all theirs. Nothing is mine actually. I'm just a parrot trying to repeat the words.
Hari Hari Bol, Prabhuji.